Okay, we're joined by head coach Avery Johnson. We'll get an opening statement from coach, and then we'll go ahead and take some questions.
First of all, just want to congratulate Mississippi State on the season that they are having so far. They've done a really nice job of representing the SEC, both in conference and out of conference, specifically out of conference before conference play started. You know, they're a ranked team for a reason. Coach Holland has done really an amazing job to have this team playing the way they're playing. Got all 5 of their starters back. You can see, especially in the second half, these guys have a lot of pride. They're not going to just lay down. You're talking about guys that are showing up on some NBA draft boards. So, you know, yes, we had some malfunctions, but give them credit. This is a tough, nasty, hard-nosed team. They played the right way. Unfortunately, we got away from them a little bit in the first half, built the lead, and it was an uphill battle for them. And then when they cut the lead in the second half, give our guys some credit for persevering and resilient. I like the way they hung in there. We didn't drop our heads. We had a couple of malfunctions there, which we've continued to have. One of these days we'll graduate from some of those malfunctions. But again, a couple of good traps by Mississippi State. They forced a couple of turnovers. But proud of our guys. We had quite a few guys offensively to contribute tonight. When you have, you know, 8 guys in your rotation with 6 or 7 or more points, and it's kind of hard to scout where our offense is coming from. So I didn't dance in the locker room. We talked about the good and the bad and the ugly, and we'll get back to work on Thursday.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with Cecil in the back row.
Coach Cecil?
Right back row.
Okay.
Back row.
With 29 seconds left, they had a 3. Carter had a 3 that would have tied the game had he made it, and Kyra came in and blocked it. Did you go over that play with us?
Yeah, it's a little baseline screening action that they use, and it was Carter, right? Was it Carter? Yeah, Carter. You know, he's burned us on that play before. We actually showed him at our shoot-around this morning from last year, making that same 3 on us, and we got hung up on the screen. And fortunately, Kyra did a nice job of chasing him down and using his athleticism. That was a huge block for us. But, you know, a couple of turnovers when we shouldn't have turned the ball over. We should have been stronger with the ball. I think with about 90 seconds to go, one of our guys was on the break, you know, trying to get the ball back out and use the clock as our friend. Didn't do a good job there, but still some room to improve. But that was a huge play to answer your question, that block by Kyra. Didn't quit on the play.
Go to the third row on the right to Alex.
Avery, this is obviously the 3rd win over a ranked SEC team this month. I guess what have you seen from your players in these games against, where they're the underdogs, so to speak? I mean, I guess you were a betting favorite today, but not by much. What do you take away from that?
Just think their focus, high level concentration. We played some outstanding defense in the first half. And really, you know, I know people love to pick apart a stat sheet, but this is a team that's been scoring, having double figures 3-point shots, and you know we held them to 3 tonight. That's pretty huge, but they sure held us to 1. All right, so I just think for us, high level concentration, all the small minor details, especially early in the game, a little bit early in the second half, didn't execute on some of those details late. That last 4 minutes of the game, you know, we just got to get better, but fortunately we held off a really good team.
Here we go, third row on the left, Tony.
With the way you guys have been struggling for consistency, how reassuring is it to have a guy like Dante Hall who's gotten double digits, I think 13 of the last 14 games?
Yes, it is reassuring, but when guys like Dante Hall and Herb Jones get in foul trouble, it puts a strain on us defensively. And just the way Herb and Dante, you know, playing offensively, Herb getting the ball in the paint and making the right passes. Dante Hall, you know, we ran a couple of plays for him that he scored on tonight, but not having our anchor of our defense and a guy that's kind of the head of our defense in foul trouble is tough. I was thinking, boy, you know, maybe next time I'll maybe bring Dante in 2 minutes later. But we were struggling there, and I think I brought him in with about 12 minutes to go, and as soon as he got back in the game, he picked up a foul. So we'll evaluate those situations. They did the right thing by going at him and just putting their head down, trying to get that 4th foul on him because they understand how much he means to our team.
Front row, Marquise.
And you mentioned, you know, having Dante with 4 fouls, having Herbert with four fouls as well, you know, early in that second half. And, you know, Riley Norris and, you know, guys like John Petty really stepped up for that team. Talk about having that leadership from Riley Norris, especially down that stretch, to keep, you know, your team having that lead.
Yeah, Riley's been solid for us. You know, he was a guy that we were waiting on, you know, when he was out. What you see is just what I was talking about even before, you know, he was healthy enough to play. It's what he's been doing for us since he's been here at Alabama. Great leadership, great leadership, and it helped spark our bench. You know, they had 34 points tonight, which is always good for us. And specifically to Petty, just showing how much he's improved by not just being a three-point shooter. We ran 4 or 5 post plays for him tonight, and he was, you know, relentless on the post and made some really good decisions for us. So as he continues to grow and Riley continues to get in great game shape, which he's in now, and our bench continues to function at a high level, we think we'll have a chance to win a lot of games.
Fall back on the right to Carey.
Hey, Coach, they had a freshman come off the bench, Perry, and score 18 tonight. Where was he in the scouting report, and what impressed you about him tonight?
Oh, yeah, okay, well, he was on the scouting report. Okay, he was on the scouting report. I think he actually committed to another school and decommitted and committed to Mississippi State. We know a lot about him. I've seen him on the AAU circuit. Boy, he's just big and strong and athletic. But he obviously showed that he's improved his mid-range game. We weren't on him tight enough, and he made us pay. He made us pay on the post. So trust me, he was on the scouting report. We showed the guys, we showed the players a photograph of him and showed him all his strengths and weaknesses. We got to do a better job on him next time.
Back to Alex.
Obviously, you were critical of Dante getting in foul trouble, but how much was it a priority early in the game to feed him, get some open, and you know, Riley and Kyrie even had some, you know, kind of, like you said, the backdoor kind of slashes to the basket because of the focus on him a little bit.
Yeah, it's just Dante Hall is a threat, you know, and we sometimes miss him. And he's a nice, mild-mannered guy, you know, except when he's blocking shots and rebounding. But we just encouraging our players to give him a look some more. You know, there are 3 or 4 times every game that we miss him when he's open. And he's more than a guy. He's more than a guy that can get offensive rebounds and dunk it in. He's a guy that you can run some plays for him. We got to use that to our advantage, and I thought we did that tonight.
We have time for one more question if there are any. Right up here to Marquise. You can just stretch over to Virginia.
Coach, you guys had 54 points inside the paint. Are you stressing to your team on offense on taking those high percentage shots instead of taking that long 3-point shot or that long, you know, mid-range jumper?
Well, we love threes. I don't like 1 for 16. We're capable of shooting threes better than that, and we've shown that this year. But you know, when you have guys like Dejon Ingram and Herb Jones and John Petty and Riley, Tevin Mack, these some big guys, man, at the wing position. You know, there are a lot of NBA teams, you know, on certain levels of the NBA that don't have size like this. These guys are huge. And even with some of the teams we've played against, like Kentucky, when they came in, you know, they take pride on having big wings. But, you know, when we put the ball on the floor and drive and make the right play off the dribble, it helps us tremendously. And we had a size advantage, you know, especially, you know, kind of caught Peters in the post a little bit. Obviously, Nick Witherspoon's one of their best defenders. He was out, and hopefully he will be okay. I went and gave him a huge hug after the game, so hopefully he will be okay. But, yeah, we like that driving and kicking with our wing players.
All right, thank you, Coach.
I got one more thing to
Go
say.
ahead.
Again, it's not something that we talk about because we want to sound program, but on a night like tonight where there's frigid temperatures, okay? And I'm cold when it's under 65 degrees. I'm cold, all right? You guys know I'm from New Orleans. I'm cold. But thank you to all of our fans, and specifically our students. We had about 2,500 students. We're just breaking records with our students attending our games this year. We can't thank them enough for their support and all of the noise that they make. It's just really fun to watch. Sometimes I wish I was a student at Alabama and I could be in the student section. But, all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach.